something.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nick, go ahead.
so basically, what I notice is that if I focus a certain percentile on God, then I allow Him to take care of everything else. And it feels like it gives me a sense of calmness and assurance that I'm going to let Him handle it because He knows better. Whether if I as a human being try to, you know, handle the situation, it's not going to work out in the way He wanted it. So at times, when things are just uncertain, they always talk about the headlight, in the dark. When you're driving in the dark, you only can see what, like 2 feet away, and you're like, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So then you're like, you know what, I'm just going to have faith in Him. I think He mentions that you just have to have that one, like, mustard seed of faith. And if you could just have that, I think everything it'll come out, extraordinaire, the outcomes, because you're going to let God handle all that for you. And all you have to do is just focus on Him. That's all you got to do. That's all He's asking for. Focus on Him, His Bible, His Word, have Christ-like manner, be compassionate to others, serve Him, and just let Him handle everything else, So that's just my opinion about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Putting our faith in Him and allowing Him to take care of the details of our life is something that can be very comforting. Now, let me ask you this: seeing how He is behind the rise and the fall of all these kingdoms, does that help with your faith, or does it maybe think, well, He's more worried about kings than He is about me? What do you think? Does that help at all?
With the kings, I mean, when I look at the various sections of the Bible, I see how people are making. So God says that we have free will, right? So a lot of these kings, some of them are so arrogant that they believe they are above God. So if you don't make the decisions, on God's will, then you know how things are going to transpire, right? So it's just not going to go the way you thought. You might think, hey, you know what? I'm this king. I have all the gold in the world. I have all these people, but you're not happy because it's like right now I'm going through patriarchs and prophets, right? And I'm still like torn that Pharaoh had to lose his firstborn in that plague. And I'm thinking to myself, man, all you had to do was just free, the Hebrews out of Egypt, right? Like, why did you have to go there with the seventh? Why did you wait until you lost your firstborn to make that decision? Like, why did you, like, God gave you warnings.
Yeah.
It's look, He's like, you're not king. I am king. I'm God, So these are the things that I'm still wrapping my head, like, I wouldn't even wait that long if there was a warning. But some of these kings that we see, or these kingdoms throughout the Bible, they just feel they're just supreme when they're not, so.
Yeah, it's amazing that God doesn't take away that free will. It still gives you the opportunity, but then he tries to bring you along, and the consequences still will happen, even though God doesn't want that to play out. Tim, do you have a comment?